Albert Pujols was born and raised in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, mostly by his grandmother, America Pujols. When he got older, they moved to New York City, but only stayed there a short time, about 3 months. They decided it was just too dangerous of a neighborhood. And the Pujols family had relatives who lived near in Independence, Missouri, which is a suburb of Kansas City. President Harry Truman's hometown. So she moved the family to Independence, and Albert Pujols went to Fort Osage High School. Now, Fort Osage nowadays is primarily a football school, but they had a great baseball team in 1997 and 1998, and Pujols led that team to a state championship, hit over 600, and one season was walked 55 times out of 88 at-bats, walked intentionally. As a high schooler, he hit over 600. Then he went to Maple Woods Community College. He hit 461 there with 22 home runs as a freshman. His very first game at Maple Woods Community College, he hit a grand slam and turned an unassisted triple play. Prior to his sophomore year, he decided to enter the Major League draft. Most teams were not very high on Albert Pujols. They were not sure what position he would play defensively. One scout, Tampa Bay scout Fernando Arango, recommended that the Rays sign Albert Pujols, and he quit his job when Tampa Bay refused to. Ultimately, he was not selected until the 13th round of the Major League Draft, the 402nd overall pick. Yeah, Pujols has a Kansas City connection, but our local scouts missed out. This is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice, classic games on our tabletops. Hi everybody, this is Apple Brian and Apple Baseball Classics. Today we have the 2004 St. Louis Cardinals at the 2003 Florida Marlins, the current Kings of the Hill. Here's your starting lineups for the 2004 Cardinals. Oops, I got the wrong team here. Tony Womack will lead off and play second base. Edgar Renteria is a shortstop. Albert Pujols at first base. Jim Edmonds in center field. Scott Rowland in third. Larry Walker in right field. Reggie Sanders in left. Mike Matheny is the catcher. And Chris Carpenter is on the mound. Grade B-Y-Z pitcher. Now for the Florida Marlins, Juan Pierre will be in center field. Luis Castillo second base. Derek Lee at first base. Mike Lowell third base. Pudge Rodriguez is the catcher. Jeff Conine is in left field. Juan Encarnacion is in right field. Alex Gonzalez, the shortstop, and Josh Beckett, grade B, ex-pitcher, is on the mound. We are ready to begin. Josh Beckett has completed his warm-up tosses, and Tony Womack steps into the box for the Cardinals. We're using basic Apba. 2-5 is a 10. Womack lines a single to center field, and he is on first batter. Fast runner at first. Here is Edgar Renteria, 287 hitter. He rolls a 6-3, fly ball to center field. Juan Pierre is under it and makes the catch. One gone in the first with one on. Here is Albert Pujols, 331 with 46 home runs. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Juan Encarnacion is under it and makes the catch, 2 outs. Here's Jim Edmonds. He hit 42 homers in 2004. And Jim Edmonds rolls a 1-5. That's a 10. Base hit for Edmonds, a single to right center field. Tony Womack, fast runner, will go to third, especially with 2 outs. Edmonds will steal second on the second pitch, 2 strikes on the batter. So the Cardinals have second and third with 2 outs. And newly minted Hall of Famer Scott Rowland steps to the plate. He rolls a 4-6, which is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Beckett escapes the jam in the first. Bottom of the first, Cardinals nothing, and the Marlins coming to bat. Juan Pierre leads off for the Marlins. He's 5 out of 13 in this project. So he's been doing his job as a leadoff hitter. He's got 2 doubles, a stolen base, and 3 RBIs, and has hit a home run as well. Here's the pitch to Juan Pierre from Chris Carpenter. 2-6 is a ground ball to third base. Scott Rowland's up with it, throws across quickly. Pierre's retired, 1 out. Luis Castillo rolls a 5-5. That's going to be a fly ball to center fielder Jim Edmonds. 2 outs. And Derek Lee. Lee hits a bouncer to second base. Tony Womack throws to first. And the Marlins are retired 1-2-3 in the first inning. Top of the second, no score. All right, former Montreal Expo and Colorado Rocky, Laurie Walker leads off for St. Louis. Walker skies a fly ball to center field. That's caught by Juan Pierre. 1 gone. Reggie Sanders, he played with the Royals for a year. I enjoyed watching him play. Let's see, Reggie Sanders rolls a 4-3. Ground ball to Mike Lowell at third base. The throw to first. 2 gone. Now catcher Mike Matheny. Matheny rolls a base on balls. Yep. Takes us to the pitcher, Chris Carpenter. His roll is a 6-6 roll. And Carpenter laces a single right field. Matheny, slow runner, will stop at second. I play it safe with my slow runners unless I say otherwise. First and second, St. Louis, top of the order, and Tony Womack, who's a 300 hitter. Womack rolls a 6-2. Pop up on the infield, caught by Luis Castillo. So 3 outs. Bottom of the second inning, it's 0-0. Third baseman Mike Lowell leads off for the Cardinals. And here's a pitch from Chris Carpenter. 5-1 roll is a base hit for Mike Lowell. Marlins' first hit. It brings up Pudge Rodriguez. He's 3 for 11 in the project, plus a home run. Oh, I didn't mean to re-roll the dice. Usually try to roll the dice once each inning. Next roll is both teams' defensive totals add up to 43, so they are both fielding column 1. And Rodriguez hits a ground ball to second base. It could be 2. Womack throws to Renteria, and Renteria throws to Pujols at first. It is a 4-6-3 double play. Brings up Jeff Conine. First pitch to Conine is looked at. It's in the strike zone, strike 1. Next offering is a 1-4, and it's a fly ball to left field, caught by Reggie Sanders, and the Marlins are retired in the second inning. We go to the top of the third, still no score. Iguarari is in his 6th season as a St. Louis Cardinal. He had a couple of years where he hit over 300, including 331. There's a pitch from Josh Beckett. 2-6 is a fly ball to right field. Juan Encarnacion is under it and puts it away. Brings up Albert Pujols, who also flied out to right his first time. 4-6 rolls, a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs, Jim Edmonds. And Jim Edmonds swings and misses for a strikeout. That is the 3rd strikeout for Josh Beckett. The Cardinals are swept aside in order. Bottom of the 3rd, 0-0. Juan Encarnacion leads off for Florida. 1-6 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Renteria, the throw to first. 1 out. Alex Gonzalez, the Florida shortstop. He rolls a 1-4, and that's a ball sky to left field. Reggie Sanders picks it out of the sky. 2 outs. And now the pitcher, Josh Beckett. Beckett rolls a 3-3 roll, and he flies out to center field. 3 up and 3 down for the Marlins. That takes us to the 4th. Cardinals 0, Marlins 0. All right, Scott Rowland leads off for St. Louis. He rolls a 1-5, which is a single to center field for Scott Rowland. Fast runner at first. Here's Larry Walker. Walker rolls a 3-3 roll, and that's a drive deep to right center field. It could be, it is out here over the head of Juan Encarnacion. Cardinals 2, Marlins nothing. Reggie Sanders comes to bat. He flies out to right field. One gone. Now catcher Mike Matheny. Matheny rolls a 5-2, which is hit on the ground to third baseman Mike Lowell. 2 outs. And now the pitcher Chris Carpenter. He gets a 1-1 roll. That's an 8. That's going to be a fly out to center field. 2 runs on 2 hits. The big one, the home run by Larry Walker. Bottom of the 4th, Cardinals 2 and the Marlins nothing. Florida Marlins are 2-0 in this project, both long games, extra inning games. There's a pitch to Juan Pierre. 3-5 is a base hit for Juan Pierre. A lot of speed at first base. Luis Castillo is the batter. 314 hitter. He rolls a 1-6. Ground ball to shortstop Renteria, who flips to Womack to throw to first. Not in time. Pierre is out at second, 6-4, but Luis Castillo beats the throw to first. Fielder's choice. Here's Derek Lee. He rolls a 5-6, and that's a call third strike for strike 3. Chris Carpenter's first strikeout, 2 outs, 1 on, to Mike Lowell. Lowell leaves a high fly ball to center field. Jim Edmonds is under it and makes the grab. No runs on a hit, 1 left. We go to the top of the 5th. Cardinals 2 and Florida nothing. Tony Womack has 1 for 2. He steps up to the plate. Here's a delivery from Josh Beckett. 4-6 roll is a ground ball back to the pitcher Beckett. Womack's the first out. Edgar Renteria rolls a 1-5. That's a base hit for Renteria. A C9 single through the 6.5 hole. Renteria is on at first. And that 11 means in basic that he steals second on the next pitch, strike 1 on the hitter. And that hitter is Albert Pujols. Renteria is in scoring position. Pujols rolls a 21, which is a quick throw to second by Josh Beckett, and he picks off Edgar Renteria. 2 outs. So much for the stolen base. And now the next pitch to Pujols is a 3-4, and that's a fly out to center field. Last of the 5th inning is now 2-0 Cardinals. Pedro Rodriguez leads off for Florida. Rolled into a double play his first time up. This time he swings and misses for strike 3. Pudge's U-turn back to the dugout. Jeffrey Conine comes up. 5-6 is his roll. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Chris Carpenter has struck out now 3 Marlins. Juan Encarnacion rolls a 2-6, and that's a fly ball to Larry Walker in right field. 3 up and 3 down for Florida. Top of the 6th inning, Cardinals 2, Marlins nothing. Jim Edmonds leads off for St. Louis. Never forget the defensive play he made in center field in Kansas City, running full speed and diving to the warning track with his back toward the batter and catching a fly ball at the warning track that way. Probably his best defensive play of many in his career. Here's the pitch to Edmonds. 3-4 is a fly ball to center field, caught by Juan Pierre. 1 out in the 6th inning. Edmonds is 1 for 3. Scott Rowland rolls a 21. That's a fly out to right field. 2 outs. And now Larry Walker, who's put the only tallies on the board with a 2-run homer in the 4th inning. Walker rolls a 1-2. That's a ground ball bouncer to second base. Castillo throws to first. 3 up and 3 down for the Cards in the 6th inning. They still lead 2-0. Chris Carpenter completes his warm-up tosses. Ready to pitch the bottom of the 6th inning. He has had the Marlins by the throat. Did you know that he was a former punter in college and the Georgia Bulldogs in 1985 and 86? Had a 44-yard average. Very good punter. Here's a pitch to Alex Gonzalez. 3-5 roll is a 39. Strike one. Next roll is a fly ball hit towards center field. Jim Edmonds tracks it and is on the spot for the catch. 1 out. Here's pitcher Josh Beckett. Beckett rolls a 5-2. That's a ground ball to third. Scott Rowland's play over there. 2 outs. Top of the order, and Juan Pierre. Pierre rolls a base hit, a single to left field. And it's a play result of 11, so he steals second on the next pitch. Marlins have a runner in scoring position and the potential tying run coming to bat in Luis Castillo. Castillo rolls a 6-1, which is a 36. Wild pitch will send Pierre to third. With 2 outs, Cardinal infield's playing back. And the next pitch, Castillo hits a bouncing ball to second base. Tony Womack is up with it, throws to first. Marlins strand Pierre at third base. No runs on a hit, 1 left. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Cardinals 2 and the Marlins nothing. All right, Josh Beckett is ready to pitch to 25 batters. This is his 25th batter, so he was at his fatigue point. If 3 bad things happen to him, his grade goes from a B to a CX. And he'll be started off with Reggie Sanders. Beckett grew up in Spring, Texas, idolizing Nolan Ryan and Roger Clemens. Didn't make good grades as a freshman in high school and was an annoyance to his high school baseball coach. He got kicked off the team his freshman year. But he raised his GPA and put on some weight his sophomore year and added more speed to his fastball. And pitched his sophomore season to he pitched a 9-3 record with a 1.1 earned run average. Then I bet his coach liked him a lot better. All right, 1-1 roll to Reggie Sanders is a 5. Sanders lines the ball over the head of Mike Lowell down the line into right field. It's rolling around into the right field corner, and Reggie Sanders will slide in the second with a leadoff double. Cards threatening to add to their lead. Here's the catcher, Mike Matheny, 247, be followed by the pitcher, Carpenter, who was an 081 hitter. So Matheny would be walked intentionally to pitch to Chris Carpenter, who the Cardinals are not going to lift while he's pitching his shutout. All right, Carpenter rolls a 2-3. Ground ball back to Beckett, who turns and throws to Castillo at second. The throw to first is a double play, 1-4-3. And Reggie Sanders goes to third, but there's 2 outs now. Tony Womack. Beckett leans in for the sign. Here's a stretch of the pitch. Line drive to left field. Retrieved by Conine. Sanders scores on the RBI single by Tony Womack. He's 2 for 4 now with an RBI. 3-0 Cardinals. Beckett is now tired. All right, Chad Fox will be brought on the pitch for Florida. He worked a clean inning yesterday. He'll be pitching to Edgar Renteria. And Renteria rolls one to short, picked up by Alex Gonzalez. The throw to first. 3 outs. But the Cardinals get a run on 2 hits. And now lead 3-0. 7th inning stretch. But Chris Carpenter's allowed only 3 singles, hasn't walked anybody. He is still 7 numbers away from his fatigue point. And he starts off facing Derek Lee to be followed by Mike Lowell and Pedro Rodriguez, the meat of the Florida Marlins order. 6-2 roll to Rodriguez. The ground ball to the shortstop, Edgar Renteria, who fumbles it for an error, E6. D. Lee is average speed, brings up Mike Lowell. Lowell rolls a 2-6, and that's a fly ball to right field. Larry Walker puts it away. Runner holds at first. Pudge Rodriguez rolls a 4-1. That's a double play ground ball hit to shortstop. Renneria to Womack over to Albert Pujols. That ends the inning. We go to the eighth, 3-0 Cardinals. All right, Fox returns. He's going to give it another go, another inning. This will be his fatigue inning, second inning of relief work. And he is pitching to Albert Pujols. One 5 is a base hit for Pujols. Line drive to center field. Albert's on for the first time. Average speed at first. Here's Jimmy Edmonds. Edmonds' roll is a 2-4, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Scott Rowland rolls a 6-3, and that's a fly out to center field. Juan Pierre on the play. 2 outs. Larry Walker. Walker swings and misses, strike 3. No runs on a hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 8th. Cardinals 3 and the Marlins nothing. Jeff Conine leads off for Florida. He has flied to left and struck out. Here's the offering from Chris Carpenter. 2-3 roll is a ground ball to Tony Womack at second base. Womack throws out Conine. 1 Encarnacion. Fly ball to center field. That is taken by Jim Edmonds. Encarnacion is 0-for-3 on the day. Here's Alex Gonzalez, the shortstop. Marlins are running out of chances. Gonzalez rolls a 1-6. Bouncy to shortstop, picked up by Renneria, the throw to first. 3 outs. Top of the 9th. Cardinals 3 and the Marlins nothing. Florida's had used a lot of bullpen last 2 days. They're going to stay with Fox. He's still under his fatigue point, has 1 mark against his fatigue. As he pitches to leadoff hitter Reggie Sanders, 1-for-3 with a double and a run scored. Sanders rolls a 1-1 roll. That's a double over first base. His second double of the game. Mike Matheny. Matheny rolls a strikeout. Third strikeout by Chad Fox. Chris Carpenter, the pitcher. 23 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, Fox. So Carpenter is out 1-3 with Sanders going to third. Tony Womack. Tony Womack gets a snake eyes roll, and that's a 0 column. The next roll is a 6-6 roll. There's a drive by Tony Womack. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. Insurance for the Cardinals. It's 5-0 St. Louis. Tony Womack is 3-for-5 with 3 RBIs on the day. He's driving the bus for the Cardinals. Fox is tired. Pitch to Renneria is a ground ball back to the pitcher. That will end the inning. 3 outs, 2 runs on 2 hits, a double and a home run by Womack. Cardinals 5, Marlins nothing. Chris Carpenter had only 1 complete game in the 2004 season. He might get one here. He has no marks against his fatigue. He's facing his 27th batter. That's where his fatigue point starts. And he'll be looking at a pitch hitter, Todd Hollingsworth, batting for the pitcher to lead off the Marlins' 9th inning. Two-one roll is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Hollingsworth goes back to the bench, a strikeout victim. Brings the bat. Juan Pierre has singled twice and stolen the base. Pierre rolls a 2-6. That's a ground ball to Rowland at third. Scott Rowland throws across the infield, and Juan Pierre is retired. Luis Castillo rolls a 1-4, and that's a fly ball to left field, caught by Reggie Sanders, and that's the ball game. Final score: Cardinals 5 and the Marlins nada. Well, Florida was on top of the mountain for 2 games, but today it was too much Tony Womack and way too much Chris Carpenter. Womack was 3 for 5 with a 2-run homer, 3 RBIs, and Chris Carpenter a complete game shutout. Cardinals scored 5 runs on 12 hits. They committed 1 error. Florida had no runs on only 3 hits, and they committed no errors. Home runs in the day by Larry Walker, a 2-run homer in the 4th, and Tony Womack, who added insurance with a 2-run shot in the 9th. The winning pitcher was Chris Carpenter. The loser is Josh Beckett. Cardinals are the new Kings of the Hills. They will go to St. Louis and tomorrow host the 2005 Chicago White Sox. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless.